Ieri, Legame Baz Hiropoli. So, I just found out that Charlie Kirk has been shot at. I hate having a sense of myself. I really dislike having a sense of myself. Even if it's on YouTube, I don't care. We're in America, and there should be the censorship thing is nonsense. Charlie Kirk was shot at. Someone shot at and killed Charlie Kirk. Now, there is I'm trying to wrap my head around this because the man did a lot. The man did a lot, especially for this last election. He did a lot. He changed a lot of minds on college campuses. He brought voices to the voiceless. You know how many white people were feeling like they were being targeted because it's because they're white, they're being called inherently racist by CRT and all that nonsense. How many women are being shoved aside and you know, how many people how many women were dealing with the whole trans thing and the bathroom nonsense and stealing their positions in school in like sports teams and whatnot. Like, imagine you got a daughter and she wants to try out for track, but her spot was taken by a dude. Although it's an all girls track team, like the man was speaking up for things, and he was giving a voice to the people, to the voiceless, because college campuses in the last 10 something years have become extremely liberal. So any conservative voice was being shut down, shouted out, all that nonsense. So he gave people a voice, and some may not like his, or may not have liked his style of debating, but he wasn't mean. He wasn't mean. He wasn't rude or belligerent. He might have been condescending in some ways, but usually it's when someone was meeting him with that same energy. And I think people are generally like that. Whatever energy you give someone's might give you that same energy right back. So if you're rude and nasty to someone, chances are they might just, But how demented, how broken do you have to be to take a shot at someone for free speech? Now, the odd part is, it would be easy to assume that this person is left-leaning, democratic, woke and all that nonsense, inclusive. I'm pretty sure whoever took a shot at him praises MLK and praises Martin Luther King, praises Malcolm X, and yet pretty much did the same thing to him that was done to Malcolm X and MLK. Like, the men had voices and they were shot and killed for their voices. The same thing with Charlie Kirk. I just made a martyr out of him. That's exactly what you did. People are going to rally behind him. And I'm truly wondering, all the people who go on the beat, your Liberty hangouts, your patriotic voices and whatnot, the people who go out and they see people, now they get attacked in real life, no doubt, but it's not been that violent. And really, what is a bodyguard going to do if a bullet's coming your way? Really, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to stand in front of the bullet? You think your bodyguard wants to stand in front of the bullet? Not that I'm trying to discourage, people like Caitlin Bennett from having a bodyguard or anything, but like I now fear for these people. Like, they could be the next people under attack. And what's disgusting is looking at, like, because different news articles have different people who are watching them. So, like, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, everyone, all these news channels are on YouTube now, and they're all posting this live. And if it's MSNBC, if it's CNN, you can see the comments, and the people are really disgusting. Like, they are almost making fun of him. They're pretty much making fun of him for being shot. So in death, they are still ridiculing this man. It's so disturbing. It's so disturbing how people could be so cruel and not acknowledge it. Really have truly no self-awareness of how wicked and horrible they come across. If you could gleefully laugh and joke about someone just passing, just being shot and killed. Like, should anyone take what you say seriously? Should anyone take your side seriously? If y'all gather around and laugh and parade because someone that you disagree with was shot and killed, No one should take you, like, if anything, this is a major blow to your own party. This makes your own party look terrible. Why should anyone take you seriously? Why should anyone go back to your side? If the next vote comes and no one votes Democrat, this will be one of those reasons why. Like, this is nuts. This is nuts. I'm not trying to herald the man as this larger than life guy, but y'all just made a martyr out of him. Y'all made a martyr out of him, and what he was doing wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I went from campus to campus, talking to students. Y'all liberal arts students. Y'all go to college to get educated. You're getting the floor mopped with you by this guy who doesn't have a college education, and y'all feel some type of way, so much so that you have to kill him. Like, that's sick in the head. That is sick in the head. I only found out about this through text, and what I was doing, it pretty much just derailed my plans, because that was that was more for me to stop and say, what, are you serious? Because at first it was just he got shot at, and then like 5 minutes later he passed. Like, that's wild. That's wild. The man's younger than me. That man is nowhere near my age. Wow. I will say, it's not going to discourage me from continuing to talk and make these videos and have my opinion. I'm an American. My First Amendment right is to free speech. And I'd rather die speaking my piece than staying silent in fear of being shot. And as much as I fear for the other people who get on camera and do the very same thing that Charlie Kirk is doing, I hope they have that same energy, you know? Don't let that wickedness fear you into silence, scare you into silence. You don't cower now because you might get shot at by some lunatic, because that's exactly what that person is, a lunatic. You're nuts. You're absolutely nuts. Think about all the people who have gone to Charlie Kirk's thing to debate with him, and not just the conservatives cheering in the background. Woo! It's not just them. There's plenty of liberal people who went and debated with him, and some of the ones who get to mics, they could be a little irate, but there's still people in the crowd who they're liberal, and they don't want the speech to be shut down, even if they disagree with him. They like being able to have that discourse, they like being able to talk about these things. So you took away all their voices, and not a single one of them took a gun to him. You know what I mean? No, they were able to have words and then walk away from it, even if they didn't like the end of it. I don't understand what makes people think that they have a right to take another person's life. I don't wonder, do they have family members? I gotta assume that they don't care if they have family members, because how do you look at someone and say, yeah, I could take their life, and not think about your own family member or someone coming after theirs, right? I'm not Christian. I don't follow Jesus. But the do unto others as you want done to yourself, this is not a Christian way of thinking. This is a universal law of man, right? If you don't like being robbed from, don't rob from others. If you don't want your wife to cheat on you, don't cheat. If you understand that do unto others as you want them, it's just a common sense understanding of humanity. In that same regard, if you don't want your family to be shot at, maybe don't shoot at people. So I gotta assume people who do that, y'all don't care. You don't care about your own family. Same for the dude who stabbed old girl in the neck on the train. Like, y'all just, whatever family, y'all just have no care. Y'all have no heart. You have no care. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there of you guys. It's empty. It's empty. All of it is empty. Y'all got nothing. It's disgusting. Well, thankfully, I'm in a red state. I'm no longer in a blue state. Hopefully there's no lunatic blue people around here. Hopefully there's more red people around here to protect from them lunatic blue people. And it's horrible to think like that, because it came down to tribalism. Y'all really turned politics into gang warfare. Criminal. Absolute criminal. That person should be deported. And you should be put on the next flight to Venezuela. Goodbye. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. I don't know if this is me venting about it, if it's me grieving. But I'm upset. I never met the man, but and I didn't agree with everything that he said because I'm not Christian, right? So I don't agree with putting the Bible first when it comes to American law. We separate church and state for a reason. I agree with that. So when it comes to the Christian aspects of things, I may not be in agreement with those things, but the rest of what things that he was saying, I was in agreement with, and I appreciate what he did. A lot of youth, a lot of college, I call them youth because they're younger than me, but a lot of college age kids end up voting Trump because of people like Charlie Kirk coming to their campuses and giving them a voice and calling things what they are, having conversations. He made a really big impact in this last election. He made a huge impact, a lot more than most people even realize the kind of impact he made. And you know what? If y'all hold memory to him, he's going to make an impact next year. Today is September 10th, the day before September 11th. I plan on doing a video tomorrow because tomorrow is September 11th. Now, the day before that, we have another thing to remember by, right? September 10th is going to be Charlie Kirk's day. Y'all despicable, man. And I don't know how y'all be so proud in it. Wrong is strong. Y'all be so proud to be so wicked. Y'all better hope there's no hell. That's all I'm saying. I don't believe in heaven and hell like that, but y'all hope there's no hell because y'all going right there, straight to the bottom, fire pits and all that. Y'all ever seen Little Nicky? How they was treating Hitler and Little Nicky? Yeah. Anyways, I don't know if I have a nice speech to end this off on because this is ugly. I fear for you, Caitlin Bennett's. I fear for that Savannah girl. Anyone who was out on the beat, who's talking to people, who's sharing their opinions. I'm not saying give up the fight. I'm scared for y'all. Because I hope this doesn't happen to other people. I hope this doesn't inspire more of these situations to happen. You know what I mean? It's horrible. It's really, really horrible. And I wonder what their voices are. I heard a bit of Officer Tatum's voice. I wonder what those other voices are, Anyways, until next time, I'll probably do one of these tomorrow. Y'all be well. Care.